So I think one of the things that is most exciting to me is we have the wind, and if there's people bumping deer around from our vantage where we're going to be moving across, I think we're going to be able to move really quick on deer if they're getting bumped. Like, we should be able to see them from a long way and then have a lot of room to move, you know, like, basically the pressure is going to help us, you know, as always. But we should have a good vantage of where deer are getting bumped from. That's the hope. Maybe 2 or 3. I think we've seen 3 trucks that are likely hunting folk, but otherwise nothing wild.
I'm feeling pretty good about this. Alright guys, it's opening day of second gun season here in Iowa. This is a favorite of mine because it keeps kicking our butt every year. We like the challenge of hunting this time because we feel like it's probably when there's the most hunting pressure on the public land in Iowa. And as I say that, we pull into the parking lot and there's nobody here, which those wind chimes are freaking me out. You know, wind chimes and ducks in the background. But generally, there's not a lot of pressure on the public land here in Iowa. First and second gun season, that changes quite a bit. We're hunting the second season. There's been 5 days of hunting pressure on this public land, but last year we had some close calls. Year before we had some close calls. The year before that, I filmed Sean, and he started what I call the curse of the second gun season when he missed an opportunity at a really big buck at a pretty close range. He just hesitated on the shot and didn't get a shot. So now, since then, I feel like we've been cursed, so I blame it on Sean. We look forward to this gun season every year because my buddy Keith, who's behind the camera right now, comes from Ohio and has basically a break during college, and he's able to come out and film during this season. And it's just something we look forward to for 12 months out of the year, and here we are. I'm still fired up about it. We got 45 minutes or so till daylight. And we got basically high winds. We're going to just go into a spot, try to get to a vantage to where we can move around if we see there's people moving deer around or we're just catching natural movement. But conditions as far as weather, looking pretty good. The 10-day forecast looks good, so whole season should have the right type of weather to get out there and be hunting them. It's just a matter of finding the spots on this hunting season where not a lot of people have been. Places of low pressure, it's kind of the target. Right out of the gate on these opening mornings, we like to be where people are generally moving deer around. Usually makes things pretty interesting, but if nobody's been in here, it's just as likely that we're going to catch natural movement as well. So, go and get the new gun out. I got a 450 Bushmaster. I'm pretty fired up about it. You're going to see me really excited about that thing. Just a fair warning. I've never actually hunted with a rifle. I've only hunted with shotguns or muzzleloaders. It's just such a tack driver, that's why I bought it. It's the gun that Eric Barber used last year during the first gun season when we did the wind bump and he shot a buck. And then Jake used it all second gun season last year. So excited. We're going to get that puppy loaded up here at First Light. We're going to be looking to shoot a mature animal. Or one that's not quite mature too. We're just going to have to see how it pans out. Oh, they're on edge.
Still a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we definitely know they exist in this spot. I think we just gotta come back when there's more pressure bumping them into this area. Because I don't think a lot of guys are deer driving this. It seems like it's a lot of stationary box blind hunters up top.
I think we need to get in this stuff right here. Because if there's this many guys right there, then like they're gonna flip and they're gonna get on this other side of the water.
See some more.
Oh god. The shooting is absurd. sneaking into this area. Obviously, we think those guys are gonna end up over here. There's 3 does just casually walking through. I think that's a good sign. You think they ever bed up here?
Talk about confusion as to what's going on in their life here. They're gonna make a break for it.
Just got a call from Jake, and sounds like we got a hound on the way. We've been wanting to do some bumps on these crunchy days, but he's gonna go up through. Hopefully, we get into a good position and get some deer moving around us. We might need to move up, Keith. A whole bunch of deer came out over there. Move up. There's like 4 or 5 does that came through first. Huge group of does, buck, and then another buck. I feel good about this. Like there's deer tracks that are fresh. None of that stuff anybody was shooting in yesterday. Nobody was shooting up here yesterday or the day before. It's that way, and there's fields that way with standing beans on them. It's just unique habitat. Never had any luck back here. I haven't got close. You never know. This would be an easy place to slip into this evening. It's like we just walked away from this bean field. We've been following what looks like some at least smaller buck tracks. I don't know that they're a big buck, but
Definitely buck.
yeah. Just found a way across the creek and went up into this bedding area. I don't think it's probably getting a lot of pressure up in there. And I'm just thinking, there's obviously a lot of deer going to that bean field. There's obviously a lot of deer in this general vicinity. This kind of falls into that category still of a place that I don't think a ton of guys are hunting. But I think while we got this snow, we gotta just cover as much ground as possible, try to find the best stuff.
Yeah.
That's a ninja. I think while we come down that hill, I'll just be yep, 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 something like that. I don't think they're gonna expect 2 orange turkeys coming down the hill. I was a shooter.
Was it? That's what I thought, yeah.
Deer right here. Did you get on him at all?
A little bit, yeah, you should be able to see him.
Was he standing in the frame?
Yeah, but half his body was behind the tree, but yeah. I was on him. I would have said I'm on him, but I didn't even know it was a buck till he ran that last time.
Oh, he's a big buck.
Yeah. Oh, I saw him once he ran, yeah.
Dang it, dude. Literally no deer tracks. Come up here to me. There's that other deer, right? There's another deer.
Same spot.
Yeah, right down the bottom. It's just right down my barrel. Behind some trees, man. There it is, yeah. Little buck. Just there it is. Hey. Yeah. Deer, buck.
Get on him.
Hey, we know that they're in here, though.
But you didn't have a very good shot at this one up here, did you?
Never even pulled up on it.
Really?
We've been hunting for the last 3 days. This is our day 4. We've been hunting all day in different areas. And we haven't seen hardly a deer. Today we decided to come into a bigger timber unit. This is actually a place that you may know of as the Buck Nest. Right down below us is that field that we used to bow hunt all the time. And we got here and we walked all the way through this timber for a long way back in here and didn't see a track. As soon as we started to drop into the Buck Nest, we bumped a shooter buck. Small buck was down there, and then another buck that the situation had been a little bit better. I probably would have shot him. Not really the situation we wanted to be in for a shot. He's at the crest of the hill too. It's not the safest shot. Things are in here. We just gotta maybe be a little bit more careful. We got the turkey call in because I'm trying to sound like turkeys. I think it worked until that deer saw us.
Yeah.
So we've been moving fast. And they were right on the other side of this ridge. We've just been using the train to get down in here, but I'm guessing there's probably more bucks in here. That's the hope. It's been a struggle so far, but we can talk about that more once we get one down on the ground. Let's move up this ridge. I think we move move up this ridge and peek back that way. Scratching out.
Hey everybody, hope you guys have enjoyed this video so far. I just wanted to take a second to step outside by our beautiful backyard pond here. We actually got 2 of them. Pretty sweet if you just need a break from editing, make a couple casts, catch some largemouth, or you just want to spend time with that lonely mallard that's out there like I'm doing now. Came out here to just kind of make things come full circle a little bit on this video. As I'm editing this, I'm just realizing that it's a little bit tough to understand the perspective, kind of where we're at this point in the hunt. This is day 4. And the whole time we've been hunting, we've seen very little action, but we know there's deer on the public area that we're hunting because we got fresh snow. And now we can tell that there's a lot of tracks on the public. We're just not finding them in the bedding areas that we suspect at this point. The other thing that we've been keeping tabs on the whole time throughout the season so far is where people have been hunting. But we kept going back to this one place on the river unit where we weren't seeing a lot of hunting pressure, we weren't hearing a lot of shots, but we kept finding fresh sign. Our wind bumps up to this point weren't really successful. Our still hunts weren't really successful. No setups were successful. But again, we just are trying to hang around this area, trying to figure out where these deer are. The only time we did anything different is when we went to this buck nest and we ended up bumping into a couple bucks. I decided not to take that shot because he's right on top of the hill. Keith was kind of to my right. Would have been really loud for him because that gun's super loud. The situation just wasn't right, so ended up scouting the rest of that day. Really didn't find that much fresh sign. So the following day, day 5, which is what all this montage that I've been putting together is leading up to, is when we finally found the deer in this area that we've been hunting. So you're gonna wanna be checking back for the next video. A lot of action in that one. So I appreciate you watching this one. Hopefully it makes a little bit of sense. We were having a lot of fun, even though we weren't seeing deer, but it sure was nice when we finally did find them. So be looking forward to that video. Catch you on the next one.